Welcome to part 2 of discussing Corinne Tan, American Girl of the Year 2022. You need to watch the last one for this one to make very much sense, because in that one I talk about the doll, the books. In this one I'm just talking about the movie because it made me so mad. So before we get any further, thank you for clicking on this video. If you're watching this, you're probably my friend and I sent it to you, so thank you for watching it. And if you're not somebody I know in real life and you're just here, also thank you. You're my friend now too. My name is Bailey, and on this channel I yap and apparently get very mad about movies made for kids. American Girl and HBO had a deal, and they were going to release this movie on HBO in 2022, but because of HBO merging with Discovery, that fell through. After being in release limbo, it was finally put on Amazon Prime in July of 2023. It's currently only on Netflix, which means I can't take screenshots of this one. Sorry. I'm gonna have to remember to actually look at the camera then. If we're being honest, the movies going direct to streaming makes a lot of sense because they used to be direct to DVD, and what is streaming if not DVD? We'll just jump into the movie. It starts with Corinne and Gwen skiing. This is the same. And they go visit their sister's shrine. It's already set up. Corinne can't find her bracelet to put on it, so she leaves something else. And then a golden retriever launches itself at her. That's Flurry. Hashtag not my Flurry. But she finds Corinne's bracelet. Corinne and Gwen chat with the search and rescue people, and then they go to Arnie's house and they seem pretty comfortable. Mom and Arnie are already married, and she's testing out menu stuff at home instead of at the restaurant. Arnie brings their skiing stuff. Well, Gwen is snowboarding in this one, but he brings their mountain stuff inside, and Corinne is just having a hard time with things are different here now. Gwen and Corinne do not share a room. They have a Jack and Jill. Corinne has not unpacked yet. Arnie doesn't have an accent. He's a killjoy. He's just kind of your average awkward white man. Corinne has a friend who's not from the book named Jihu that we never see. We also never see Cassidy. She's in Hawaii because the whole movie takes place over Christmas break. Corinne decides to visit her dad at work because everybody else is busy, and he is also busy. He is at work, so she goes to visit Flurry. They ride on the gondola with his handler. What's her name? Lydia, who explains the test that Flurry has to take to be a certified rescue dog, and she's like clingy, so that means Corinne gets to go to the room for the search and rescue people. It's like a tent or building. It's kind of unclear. I think building. A lot of this movie's dialogue is ADR. Things are tense between Corinne's parents, and we have to sit through irresponsible but fun dad and killjoy but does things better mom. You've seen it a million times. That is not how he acts in the books. And then Dad's house is not nearly as nice as Arnie's. Dad gives Corinne an autographed poster, but they do not name drop Eileen Gu this time. He explains he likes skiing, never wanted to go to the Olympics. It's his true calling. And Corinne is like, well, Gwen's true calling is figure skating, and your true calling is this. I don't have a true calling. Corinne sees Flurry again and finds out that if she fails the test, then she has to go back to the breeder. There's weird tension between Arnie and Corinne's dad that was not there in the books. It was all imagined by Corinne. Miss Margot, who was in the book, wants Gwen to do the competition team, but she would have to practice 6 days a week instead of her current, 2. They say, well, we have to talk about it. Dad thinks it's too big of a time commitment. Mom says, don't hold your daughter back. Arnie says Gwen should get to decide, and she says she wants to, so they all go with it. I think Arnie should stay out of it, unless, I don't know, is he paying for it? That's not acknowledged. Corinne plays with Flurry again and begs to be a part of the training process. Flurry gets 2 more weeks to prepare. I didn't mention it before. Gwen has 2 weeks to prepare for her first competition. Mom is not supportive of Corinne joining Flurry's training team. And Corinne thinks that's unfair because they just let Gwen do the figure skating thing. So she FaceTimes her dad and talks to him about it. And then her mom walks in and they take it as well, I said no, so you're going to ask your dad. And then they're mad at her. This doesn't happen at all. Nothing like this happens in the book. Movie dad says, well, don't hold your daughter back. So then mom's like, oh, fine. They talk about it. They agree. But Corinne has to do forced family fun time and do a puzzle with Arnie. And then mom thanks Corinne for giving Arnie a chance. I don't know, maybe that should have happened before you got married? But what do I know? We get a montage of Corinne trying to train Flurry, and she's naughty and then is successful. We have more conversations about the menu for the restaurant, and Corinne... Oh. Now everybody knows Jennifer has a sticky eye. And Corinne thinks that they should just use the English names. And her mom is like, no, they'll learn the Chinese names. It's fine. that part of being a Chinese American doesn't come up in the books. This is like the closest we get to acknowledging like the struggle of being a Chinese American, is people not knowing the names of stuff and not wanting to learn it. More flurry training. She is not able to find all of the articles of clothing that she needs to in the time frame, but the trainers are still encouraging Corinne. I mean, she's a child. It would be weird to discourage her. Gwen forgot where to find the sister shrine and wants to go with Corinne and have quality time, but Corinne wants to drill Flurry. I can't speak anymore, sorry. Flurry's not into the extra practice. And speaking of practice, Corinne missed Gwen's practice. That I guess we have to watch our sisters practice skating now. Is that a skating thing? Corinne and Gwen fight about this, which is strange because Gwen and Corinne do not fight in the books. Corinne is always seeking the easiest way to appease the people around her. Corinne's dad thinks she's being a bit too obsessive, and then she finds out that Flurry's test and Gwen's skating competition are the same day. And when she realizes this, she like leaves as fast as she can. And she says she has errands to run. And my reaction was, what? She's 13. And that is also her mom's reaction. So that was funny. Flurry fails her test because she was too tired from how hard Corinne had worked her. So then she gets to the skating rink and sees just the very end of Gwen's routine. But before she gets there, they called Corinne's dad to tell him how Flurry's test went and that she failed. Oh, her parents are sitting together. Arnie is there. And that's when her mom is like, oh my God, I shouldn't have let her even do it. It's too much pressure. And it's like, you know what? Kids fail. Let them fail sometimes. It's good for them. Gwen is visibly upset that Corinne only saw her ending pose. Mom goes to talk to Corinne. Arnie and Dad talk, and I don't find their interactions amusing. They kind of try to bond, and Arnie says that he's trying to not make things hard, the transition harder for the girls, and Dad says that he wishes he didn't fight with Mom, and they agree that the girls are the most important thing. I don't know. It just feels out of character. They already just have that understanding and don't need to say it to each other. I hate that they were posturing as like, I'm here, I'm Dad. Stupid. Corinne is in trouble with Mom, and she says that she feels like Gwen's natural talent is more valued than the thing she works for. That's a fair feeling. She's mad that her parents fight. She wanted one thing that she would be good at. She feels like everything is easier for Gwen, so they pay more attention to her. And from what I see in the movie, that feels pretty accurate. That's not how things are in the book. When they get home, Gwen is feeling forgiving of Corinne, but Corinne isn't into that right now. At which point I went, so we're not getting lost on the mountain? That was a pretty major plot point. Then Corinne feels bad, so she goes into Gwen's room to apologize and realizes that Gwen's not even in the house. Guess where she went? The sister shrine. So I guess we're having Gwen do it instead of Corinne. Corinne joins the search and rescue team, wants to bring Flurry. They get the lead search and rescue guy to agree to it, even though she's not certified and failed her test a lot, but I guess she's good at finding Gwen because she would help practice. Flurry wants to go off the trail, and Corinne is like, no, like if Flurry's on it, it's this way, and Arnie backs her up. They find Gwen and Corinne make up. Then we're back at the lodge. The parents apologize for putting the girls in the middle of everything. Arnie is a fan of Flurry now. Flurry gets to be a part of Ski Patrol now because of how well she did with Corinne finding Gwen. She still failed the test. They adopt Flurry, and Corinne gets to be a junior ski patroller, which is a role they made up. And then we get a montage of Corinne having happy times with her family while the voiceover talks about sometimes you already have what you think you're looking for. And that's the end of it, and I hated it. It put me into rage, and this is a movie made for children. I need to grow up or let it go or something. Get on ADHD meds. I just feel like this movie was a betrayal of the books. And I know that Corinne kind of had to get a personality transplant because so much of what happens in the book is internal dialogue, and you can't have game makers doing interviews explaining what tracker jackers are for this, but it just didn't work for me. And I wish I could judge this movie on its own, but I can't because it is an adaptation of something. It exists within the context of Corinne Tan, and it's that hashtag not my Corinne. This movie doesn't stand on its own, and because of that, it's terrible. Maybe I should have like my brother watch it because he's never read the books. My mom was in the room when I watched it, and it felt like a Hallmark movie, and she didn't like it, and I was also getting increasingly angry. So I think somebody that didn't watch this video should watch it. I don't know. Send it. You, the viewer, send it to somebody. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm annoyed that Gwen is the one who went missing and not Corinne, because the whole point is Corinne needed the focus on her for her to be able to say how she felt. She needed that. She needed people worried about her to know that they worry about her. She spends all of her time worrying about Gwen. She never wants the attention, but now she has it and she needed it. But we'll give it to Gwen instead. I hate the stupid tension between Arnie and Corinne's dad. They don't interact in the books. In the book, Corinne's dad is just kind of a stabilizing presence. He doesn't talk much. Corinne likes spending time with him. They say that they see him more in the summer than the winter because he's a ski instructor, but we only see him in one scene in the second book, and then he doesn't go camping. He's not in the rest of it, so I don't even know if that's true. And he's happy to listen to his girls. He's happy to spend time with them. He does special things for them. And in the movie, he lives in a messy house, and they play video games and eat pizza. I don't like the way that they chose to show the tension between Corinne's parents. There's a little bit in the books, but it's not, well, you can't feed them pizza when they're at your house. Like, it was a weird thing about Pickup, where, like, Cassidy was at the restaurant with Corinne, and then Gwen was at a friend's house, and it was like a weird triangle of like picking up Gwen, dropping off Cassidy, and they had tension about that, but I don't think it's really that bad. They could have just done that, but they didn't want to cast another child and show Cassidy. I think that the casting is fine. Like I said, it felt like a Hallmark movie. There used to be a recognizable face in American Girl movies. Oh, wait, no. I'm just thinking that because Shailene Woodley and Sophia, what's her name? Sophia Robb, Abigail Breslin, like, okay, she was already famous, but some of them grew up to be famous. How did I never notice Mia Farrow is in this movie? She plays Grand Mary. What the heck? But, so there's not really anybody famous in it. Oh my God. And Flurry. First of all, they made Flurry a golden retriever. They made her white. She's a little pound puppy in the books. And her not being Corinne's dog until the end is odd. Like, this is her hobby that she does with her dog that her family encourages. Why aren't her parents supportive of that? In the books, they're happy that she's showing an interest and they invest into it. It's just, it feels like a betrayal of the character. Like, Gwen is still annoying. At least they got that right. But Corinne she fights with her sister. She doesn't just internalize everything and get stressed out. I think a lot of this could have been voiceover to show how she's feeling while she does stuff. I don't know, maybe give her a journal. I hate step-parent and parent stupid tension the way that they did it. I think I would have preferred them going into it already being like, yep, the girls are the most important. Why did you have to have that conversation that far into the movie? It's just stupid. It's just stupid. And I shouldn't care this much, but I do. I can't believe I forgot to include this. All of the plot lines about racism related to COVID are left out. That was the part that made this book so radical and so interesting, and they just didn't include it at all, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. They probably chickened out. Here I am at the end of another video that made me mad. So thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please follow me on TikTok at BLYHDGN. Comment whatever you feel like. I don't know. I'm going to be in a better mood in the next video because I know what it is. Okay, I will see you next week. Bye! I meant it in the Care Bears video when I said that if I reach 500 subscribers, I will write a fan fiction connecting Care Bears 1 to Care Bears 2. So please convince your friends to subscribe also.